I'm Su Carney. I'm here at CentralValleyTalk.com, Mariposa Yosemite Gift Show. And here on my right, on my left, I guess, sorry, is Randy Volt. He's from the California State Mining and Mineral Museum.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do at the museum?
Well, yes, I'm technically a guide at our museum, and primarily I arrange most of our educational programs and tours, and also I run our volunteer program and train our volunteers so that they're able to help us with our tours and things like that. So, and then also a little bit with some exhibit design, so when we rotate our exhibits, we get new things out there.
What's your favorite thing to do there?
My favorite thing is really interacting with the public and doing our tours, our school tours and things like that are the most fun thing.
Well, I've seen you in action. You're very good, and I really enjoy watching you. What kinds of things can we see at the Mining and Mineral Museum?
Well, the main thing that we have is all sorts of fantastic gem and mineral crystals, sort of like what we have a little small sampling of here on the desk. And we have beautiful mineral crystals from all over the world. Some of them are useful for various things, or gemstones. Others are just rare examples of various minerals. And, of course, lots of rocks as well, because not only do we just want to show the pretty bling, which is on your end of the thing, but we also do want to show that rocks and mining and minerals have been a huge part of our economy and our culture ever since the gold rush and before. So that's important too.
Can you show me one of these rocks, and what's your favorite piece, and tell me?
Well, I have a lot of favorites, but this is a kind of cool. This is a piece of what we call dioptase, and it looks kind of like an emerald, but actually it's a different type of a copper mineral. We have quartz, fluorite. There's all sorts of different things. This actually looks like quartz, but this is huge. Our gypsum crystals. These are the same as the massive 60-foot ones in Mexico. So we have minerals from all over the world, and of course a lot from California.
I know this collection is a very important collection that we have at the museum. Why is it so important?
Well, it is the official state mineral collection for California. It started back in 1880, and we do have the largest state mineral collection in the United States. And it kind of represents over 100 years of study by a lot of prestigious geologists and scientists of really one of the world's most varied and actually fantastic geologic areas. And we also protect that collection and make sure that the public can learn from it. Our mine tunnel is also a very good attraction to show people what mining was like back in the early days. But then again, we also have a lot of exhibits to show modern mining. So it is a very historically significant collection.
I know there's a rumor going around that when we first acquired the mineral collection, that it was housed in the Mariposa prison, Mariposa jail, being protected because it was such a special collection. Is that true?
Yes. Well, the collection was for over 100 years was in San Francisco, where the Bureau of Mines and Geology and the state geologist was. But then eventually it moved to Mariposa. But when we did, it had to move out of San Francisco. The rents are a little too expensive there. But when it did move to Mariposa, they had to protect it while they built the brand new building that it's residing in now. So there was a temporary storage while it was we were making a new home for it in Mariposa.
That's a really fun story. I know that a lot of families come up to see the seven wonders of America, of the world, and Yosemite's one of them. And one of the things they like to do is come to the museum. So is there things for kids to do?
Oh, absolutely. Well, of course, our mine tunnel is always a big hit with the kids, and we also have an over 100-year-old working model of all the milling equipment that they use. But also we have a lot of hands-on touchable rocks and minerals.
Kids like to touch.
This is all stuff from our interpretive collection, our official state collection. We're very careful about it ever coming out, but we have lots of hands-on type of things. We also do have a junior ranger program that's self-guided. It's always available for the kids. That's free. They go around and have to find out different information throughout the museum, and then they can get a junior ranger badge and also a little gift from us. And then we have gold panning on the weekends sometimes. Now, a lot of the gold panning, and we also sometimes set up an entire gold rush like a gold camp of the 49ers where the kids can see the period dress and all the equipment. And we also, of course, during that involve gold panning, which we'll show you a little bit more about that later.
Now, do the people get to participate in the gold panning, or is it just a demonstration?
Well, we do a demonstration to show the way the things were in the days of the 49ers, but then we also have a number, Ernie, like you mentioned before, and a number of our volunteers, so that the people can actually experience gold panning on their own, and we sell pay dirt guaranteed, and they'll pan out their gold and take it home with them.
Wow. Now, I understand you do a lot of tours at the museum.
Yes, tours are one of our most important things, one of my central focuses, and most importantly, we have our school tours. And we do get a lot of students that come up studying geology and history, and our programs are kind of correlated with their school curriculum. So we get a lot of fourth graders, but then we'll do tours for various Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, church groups. We've had motorcycle clubs or car clubs, but anybody that wants to have a tour, we'll do a guided tour. You just have to call us up and arrange it, and we'll try to suit the concepts in our tour to kind of meet your needs.
Now, I see a picture coming up here, and it looks like you're demoing something to do with gold mining.
That's our gold camp, and that's using all the equipment that we use as actual, very heavily researched reproductions of exactly what had been around in the 1850s.
Now, do you gold mine?
I do somewhat, but to be honest, I kind of tag along on the coattails of Ernie and some of the others that have been doing it for far longer than I have.
Your luck is not there?
Yeah, I'm more into the photos. They can have more of the gold.
They say it's harder to find gold than it is to win money gambling.
Yeah, you know, if you want to make money with a gold pan, the best thing to do is to sell the pans, because it's a lot of work if you really want to find. But you can see we do get a little gold in the pan there. And we'll show you some more gold later.
Now, I understand you have some special events at the museum.
Yes, we do. Our biggest event is coming up in just about a month. We have our Gem and Mineral Show. We'll hear a little bit more about that, but that's our big event. We have all sorts of vendors and dealers and demonstrations and jewelry, and then also we have our 49er Gold Camp set up and mine tunnel tours. But that is our largest event. Then also the Mariposa County Fair is always on Labor Day weekend. By the way, our Gem Show is on Easter weekend this year. We'll have an Easter egg hunt and everything. But also we try to go at various town events. There's all kinds of things going on in Mariposa, so we try to have a booth at some of those other events.
Is this a booth at the...
These are some of our Gem and Mineral Show, and we bring in all kinds of guest vendors, which is a lot of fun because some of these people, now we got TV shows about this, but these people have been going around the world collecting cool gems and minerals, and it's a lot of fun to hear their stories.
And it's really a fun event to bring the whole family.
Oh, absolutely.
There's all kinds of stuff for kids to do. There's demos, and and they get to see the gold mining and all the rocks. And
we always have
everything.
A free children's activities booth.
And that's next month on Easter weekend, you guys. So
there's one of our people showing up.
Come support the museum.
Wonderful jewelry demonstration there.
Now, it sounds like you have a lot going on at the museum. How do you keep this all running?
Well, basically, what's very critical now is our volunteer program, because without with the cuts in state funding and the reduction of our staff in a lot of the parks, we all have gotten volunteers, and we train volunteers, and we really couldn't do our educational programs, our events, our booths without them. And we also have a cooperating association who helps to fund a lot of our educational materials and things. We'll hear a little bit more about that soon. But yeah, without our volunteer corps, we would be very limited in what we could produce.
Well, how do you become a volunteer?
Well, basically, just give us a call at the museum or come on up, and we do a formal training, and once a week, 8-week training classes.
It's an 8-week training program?
Once a week, yeah, and then we go through all aspects of the minerals and rocks and how to produce, be a good presenter. But it's a lot of fun. A lot of people just involve themselves because it's fun to work with the public and with other people. But we will take people starting anytime they want and kind of learn on the job, and then when our next fall training begins, we have people go through that, and then you really have a lot of good stuff under your belt.
Wow. So, Nikki, can you tell me what the association does?
Well, our association is actually a nonprofit organization that has a contract with the state parks because of laws in California that won't allow a government-run state park to do fundraising. That's what we do for the state park. We cooperate with them in order to do fundraising, and also another primary role is education of the public to make people aware that the people of California do have a historic state mineral collection, and it's housed in Mariposa.
I know one of the major things that you do is raising money to be able to help out with the museum. What types of things do you do to raise money?
We do a number of different things. The biggest thing we do that's a year-round thing is we run a store, a gift shop that's within the museum itself. We sell things like minerals and gold and jewelry, t-shirts, books, all kinds of educational materials and things like that. But it's basically a gift shop. That's a year-round fundraiser. The other thing we do is we have memberships in our association. You can become a member. We also do fundraisers like the upcoming Gem and Mineral Show in April.
How does a person become a member?
A person can become a member simply by going onto our website at camineralmuseum.org, and you can fill out the membership application there. There are several levels of membership available. You can do anything from a 1-year $20 membership all the way up to a lifetime membership. There are different things that you will receive with your membership, one of which, the biggest benefit being, is that you get free admission to the museum while you are a member of the association. So that's a huge benefit. There are other things, depending on your level of joining, that you can get things, decals, t-shirts, and if you become a lifetime member, we do a little ceremony and you're presented with a very nice plaque.
I'm a member of the association, and I really want to support the museum, and I think that everybody should. And one of the benefits that you forgot to mention is it's a great tax deduction. Besides your help in such a great cause.
This is true.
So please become a member, and if you're interested in being a member, go on what website?
camineralmuseum.org, or you can always call us at the museum. We'd be happy to mail out a membership application to you. You can reach us at 209-742-ROCK.
Awesome. So, Randy, there's some awesome stuff here. This is a beautiful piece of copper. Can you see that?
Yeah, that's native copper.
Can I touch it? Am I supposed to touch it?
Yeah, a little is okay.
I'm sorry, I should have asked first. I know
No, that's
some of these
okay.
Are very touchy. You don't want to touch it.
No, we have.
So what, is that from our area, or?
No, this is actually from Michigan, and again, we have a worldwide collection, so we have representatives of a lot of minerals from very famous localities, and then one whole wing of the museum is dedicated to California only. But we definitely have plenty of wonderful quartz in California, and also this is...
one of those for me.
Sure. Well, here we've got a couple on this quartz. Quartz is also a really good thing to hold on to here to show other stuff. But this is actually fool's gold or pyrite.
Which we find a lot in Mariposa County.
And then along with pure crystal and copper is very beautiful, but we also have this blue. This is called azurite, and this unfortunately we can't use for jewelry, but some of the other copper minerals that are really pretty, this dioptase is valuable for jewelry.
Why can't you make that jewelry? Because I have some
Well,
jewelry pieces made out of azurite.
It's usually too breakable, and when it's combined with malachite, which is beautiful and green, it's a little more stable. But again, a lot of our gemstones are valuable because of their physical properties and such, and their workability and people like your talent.
Now, do you know the story of how the pyrite got the name Fool's Gold?
Well, basically, if you've brought that home, you would have been a fool, but I don't know if there's a specific story you can relate.
Yes, sometimes when the gold miners had a claim, and it was a bun claim where they didn't find any gold, they took the pyrite and they blasted into the cave. So when they go into the cave, it would sparkle, and they would get the newcomers in to buy their old claims.
Nice.
That only had fool's gold.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, if you've never been gold mining, it's hard to tell the difference till you know it's more brown than yellow.
Well, come to the museum. We'll teach you how to tell the difference.
Can you tell us where you're located and how to come see you?
Yes, well, if you come up into historic Mariposa, we're actually at the Mariposa County Fairgrounds, which is just a couple of miles south of the town in your store, right on the historic Highway 49. And as you turn into the fairgrounds, our building looks like a large mine building. And we're open Thursday through Sunday. every week, and in the winter, our hours are 10 till 4, in the summer, 10 till 5. So come on up and see us at the fairgrounds.
What does it cost to come in?
It's $4 for adults, and children 12 and under are always free at the museum.
Except during the show.
Oh, yeah, now during
that's,
the
that's the thing I was bringing, but we all think alike, because that was what I was going to bring up, that there's a lot of events that you brought up at the fairgrounds, and I know you're in the same location at the fairgrounds. Why does it benefit you to have events at the fairground? People come see you, you have the doors open for free?
Yeah, well, of course, and the association that sometimes uses the fairgrounds for fundraiser, various events, because there's large buildings we can rent. But a lot of different things are always going on at the Mariposa Fairgrounds from various other festivals and historic things, the weekend in the country and different things. So whenever those other events are going on, well, they're right on our doorstep, and we do our gold camp out front and try to get us some extra visitors. And a lot of people don't know we're there, so we're hoping this will help that out. But a lot of people say, wow, we just came for a wedding and this was fantastic. So the kids always have something to do there too.
Now, Nikki, I know that you are the president, I think, of the club, of the Mineral Club.
The Mariposa Gem and Mineral Club.
How does that relate?
We have been working with the association and the museum in order to put on the annual Gem and Mineral Show. And of course, being a small town, there are a limited number of people that are interested in rocks and minerals and things. But a lot of the people who belong to the club also are involved with the museum association. So we all work very closely trying to support our museum and make sure that the funding is there for the museum to stay in Mariposa.
I know you go on a lot of rock hunting trips and collections. I actually was invited to go to one of them even though I wasn't a member, and we went and did the shark teeth dig in Bakersfield, and it was a lot of fun. Do you gold mine too, or do you just like minerals and rocks?
We do a little bit of everything. Like you said, that was a fossil hunt when we went to Shark Tooth Hill in Bakersfield. We do mineral hunts. We do gold. We've had several times. We've had gold panning field trips. We have upcoming a trip to our local slate quarry. Mariposa has a slate quarry, and they have decided that they will give us a nice tour of that for the club, and we have all kinds of exciting field trips that we do all over.
I know it was a lot of work when I went on that shark dig, and one of the scariest things was at night. Everyone had black lights, and we didn't have any, and we stuck around, and I'm laying on the ground digging for rocks, and when night hit and these black lights, there were scorpions everywhere.
They do. Scorpions fluoresce under black lights, so we were able to see
it was
sometimes better
I
than
got
the
up
teeth.
so fast.
Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful fluorescent minerals. We got a big display at the museum too of all of our neat fluorescent minerals. And it's fun because the Gem and Mineral Club meets at the Mining and Mineral Museum every month. So,
yeah, so
I always get to
they
see their
related.
program, and makes it
close.
easy for me to get to the meeting.
Now, do you charge them to have this meeting at your facility,
No,
or is it just working together?
No,
together.
we're trying to support we're primarily an educational institution, and their goals and mission is very similar to ours, and it's just a lot of fun too to bring people into the museum and be able to have we have a lot of great speakers and demos and things there too, so it's fun for everybody. And guests are always welcome at those meetings.
And our club is very fortunate that the Mining and Mineral Museum has allowed us to have our meetings there, because what better place can you have a mining and mineral, club other than surrounded by these beautiful minerals? So.
Awesome.
And then, of course, I do a lot of my best sales to our club.
Now, is there anything else you guys would like to mention before we wrap it up and go to a commercial break?
I can just say that our association can always use new people. We would love to have some additional people on our board of directors. Support us by coming to visit the museum. Please shop in our store. Join us on the association and attend our Gem and Mineral Show. That will do nothing but support our state park and our mineral collection.
See us on Facebook to keep up with current stuff. Both the association and the museum have a Facebook page, and we try to
don't forget
keep
to
it
like
current.
them at Facebook.
There you go.
And after the commercial break, Randy will be back up here to do a little demo about gold panning and tell us some history about Mariposa and gold. Thank you.
Right here in the Tower District and all over the Central Valley, you'll see the Bobby Salazar signs everywhere. Let's bring in Bobby Salazar. Bobby!
Hey, how are you?
How's it going, man?
Good.
Real good to have you back on. Now, a new sponsor of the Buzz. I want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I want to get right down to it. What'd you bring?
Well, this is our famous party tray. It's our variety tray, we call it. And it has just a little bit of everything. It has little taquitos and burritos and quesadillas and guacamole. And it's one of the most popular one that we sell. You can call in. We can have them ready in like 20 minutes to 30 minutes. You know how busy we are, but, spur of the moment, this is a great deal to get for any party, any occasion.
For the Super Bowl or any occasion, order a party tray from Bobby Salazar's.
Hi, Stan Gross of Horn Photo. Are you looking for a camera that takes better pictures than your phone? Why not give Horn Photo a shot? We can show you fantastic cameras from Nikon, Canon, Sony, and GoPro. Your time is valuable, so before you buy from Costco, Best Buy, or the internet, come see us. We've got great prices and deals, super knowledgeable staff, and we've been selling cameras in Fresno for 76 years. We're in the Bellagio at Blackstone and Nees, or go to hornphoto.com, Fresno's Camera Center.
Solar energy is now more affordable than ever. Hi, I'm Ty Simpson, sales manager of the new Bland Solar office here in Clovis. And right now at Bland Solar, we're offering a program with zero down payment. That's right, zero money out of your pocket. This new program is affordable and easy, with guaranteed production and no appraisals needed. In fact, your new system can be up and running in as little as 4 weeks. Bland Solar looks forward to serving the residents of the Central Valley. So call us today at 554-5657. Bland Solar, the Valley's expert in solar.
Hi, my name is Bonnie, and I'm a show producer here at CentralValleyTalk.com. We have a lot of great shows that you can share your business with our viewers. I'd love for you to give me a call. My number is 559-289-9687.
Are you losing weight drinking coffee? Find out how Javita can change your life, help you lose weight, stay healthy, all while making money doing it. Call now, 246-4895.
For all of your real estate needs, call Mike Briggs Properties, 559-486-6758, or check us out at MikeBriggsProperties.com.
Watch Tim Thiessen live Wednesdays at 3 p.m. right here on CentralValleyTalk.com and on digital channel 33.2. If you missed the live broadcast, we're on every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. on Comcast channel 200 and digital channel 43.5. You don't want to miss this.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Hi, everyone. I'm Su Carney at CentralValleyTalk.com with Yosemite Gifts, Mariposa. Randy is here to demo gold and to tell us about the history of the gold mining town of Mariposa.
Well, thanks for having me again. And I've sort of switched hats literally a little bit into some of my gold miner garb, but Mariposa is right at the beginning of the historic gold rush time.
Is this what they used to wear back then?
Yeah, this is very accurate reproduction of the type of thing you would have worn in the gold rush. And when we set up our gold camp, we definitely come out. We have all the larger equipment.
Now,
and there's Mariposa did start out with John C. Fremont starting large gold mines right early in the gold rush, and we actually had one of the very first mills to crush rock in California.
Wow. So, why is this pan metal and this one plastic?
Well, basically, we have a lot of things changed in the early days. This is a tin. Yeah, they can see here. This pan that's on the outside. This is a very traditional gold pan, and this is before there were gold pans. This was just a cheap cowboy wash basin, and that was the first thing adapted to be a gold pan.
And the reason was they cooked in it too. So
no, this would have been to wash your hands and face,
wash your hands?
If you had a nice porcelain one, you were respectable. But if you wanted the cheap 85-cent version, that was that. And then that became an $8 gold pan in California.
Now, I read the book, The Beans and...
Bacon and beans from a gold,
and
yeah.
they ate their food, gold panned everything in the pan. So
if they had
more
to,
of a pan like this.
But this was very quickly developed as a gold pan with more shallow sides, and these work a lot better. And then today, the gold panning still continues. There was a lot of larger equipment that was developed because the actual gold rush, where small miners and groups, only lasted maybe 3 or 4 years. By that time, everything was so crowded.
I know. I gold pan. And I like to gold mine, and there's a lot of tailings when you come into Mariposa, county, and back then they didn't have the equipment to take out the small gold, so you pan that tailing and you could get a lot of gold out.
Oh, absolutely. And basically today we have a lot of newer materials. I mean, we've redesigned the gold pan and have some improvements and whatnot in there with some riffles and things to help catch the gold a lot better. But in addition to that, there's a lot of newer gadgets. We might have a few shots come up, but people are still out there going into the creeks. There's a lot of different claims. Most all of the rivers that still bear gold do have claims on them.
Now, would you like to do a gold panning demo, or would you like to go through some of these pictures?
Well, some of those shots that he can show, we'll do a little gold in the pan in a minute, but that shows a sluice box, which you can still use, no different from the good old days. We just have lighter materials.
Explain a sluice box for the people that don't gold mine and don't know what it is.
Basically, you just have to get this thing set up with the right amount of water running through it, and then you funnel dirt into it, and the
I
water
know there's
does
carpet, which traps the gold.
And another couple shots here will show us they have, eventually once you put a lot of sand through the sluice box, the idea is that it keeps washing away the sand but not the gold.
And the reason that is, gold is 7.5 times heavier than all your rock out there. And when it hits water, it's really important to keep water in your pan and sluice because it makes it 21 times heavier and it keeps the gold in the pan.
And this here, the you can see at the end, you take out
That's
this little
the carpet
carpeting.
I was talking about.
Yeah, that carefully catches the gold, but you will have run a lot of sand through there before you clean up, quote, at the end of the day. And that is very concentrated, and that's the way they've been doing it for years. Now, of course, today we also have a lot of gadgets and contraptions with electric motors or things like that. But yeah, if you like, we'll pan a little bit of gold here. Oh, right there, we'll show that first. That's what we call a high banker, and that has a pump that is down in the water, and it's, if you don't have the water handy, well, it'll pump the water in.
Now, dredging right now is against the law, but you're allowed to high bank, right?
In some areas, people should always check local regulations to see, and then again, there are a lot of claims out there.
That doesn't make sense to me. High banking seems like it does more damage than actually being in the creek and rivers.
Well, no, because you carry the water away from the river, and you do all your mining away from the river. But you're just using the water to rinse. And then there you can see, that's this pan that I have in front of me, and we went out, and that was from only about 3 or 4 hours of high banking. But once you get down to that last little bit of sand, we call that concentrates, and I'll show you in our pan here what it looks like to see that come out, because the gold is very, very heavy, and it is surprising of how much it really sinks into the pan. And when we do have a lot of sand run through, eventually you get down to just this last little bit. And so we're going to try to... Now,
remember, Randy did all the hard work for you. When you start off, it's really muddy and grimy. You got to first rinse all the dirt and get the mud out and then get down to this point.
Another important mining equipment is teenagers. They do very good for removing a lot of the overburden, and then you send them home about the time when all the gold comes out. But basically, when you get down to the very end of the pan like this, and we'll try to do a few swirls
Where's the gold? Where's the gold?
Well, it doesn't look like there's any gold in there, does it?
No.
But at the last minute, we'll fling this around like this.
It's funny when I teach people how to pan.
We got some gold in the pan there.
They're scared to death to let that light gold out, but you can see even the smallest pieces stay in your pan.
Yes. Now, that is, again, if you found that in a day today, that's not bad today. And
what's that worth?
Well, gold is worth about, this here would maybe be worth, I don't know, $30, $50 maybe, 30 to 50. But gold right now is about $1,300 for an ounce. And right here,
last time I checked,
this is what an ounce of gold looks like. That's an ounce of gold in the bottle. And we also have, now, this is placer gold, this is fine gold, this is what the average every day.
And placer gold, what that means is panning in the river. So that's called placer gold.
Yeah, my canteen out of the way. And we actually have some of that gold
now, I know
right here.
I know gold is so pliable, that little ounce vial that he showed you, it could stretch all the way around California. That's how pliable gold is.
Yeah, now here we have, this is some gold. Now, placer gold, whoops, I've got this upside down. We'll whip it around here. Looks good for me. There, whoop. Placer gold has been eroded out of rivers and streams, and it comes in all different sizes. Now, what we have here is a few pieces from Sue, and these are large nuggets. This is not the kind of thing you expect to see every day. Some of these are probably pushing an ounce. And when gold is in larger pieces like this, it's actually worth more than gold.
Right. When it becomes a penny weight, and a penny weight is 1.55 grams, it becomes more than spot gold. Anything under a penny weight is usually spot. Real small fines you could buy from 60 to 80%.
Now-
But when it gets into bigger pieces, it even doubles and triples.
Now,
I'm sorry.
the other side here, this is crystallized gold, and it's found within quartz rock. Most of the time it comes from deep mines, is crushed and smashed before it comes out. But if this can be
Can I pick that up?
Yeah.
Look at how beautiful that is.
Hold that in one spot there. Now, that
Can you guys see
crystalline
it?
gold
And it
is
has-
very, again, most of the time it's underground. You don't find that in the river all the time. But if someone carefully collects it and uses acid to eat away the quartz and reveal the beautiful gold structure, that can be worth 3, 4, 5
Right,
times its weight in gold.
It's worth more when it's on the rock itself and show the crystal structure. And this is the most expensive gold you could buy. When gold was $300 an ounce, the crystalline gold was going for $3,000 an ounce.
Generally, gold specimens, whether crystalline or placer, the larger they get, the more they're worth per ounce.
Now, did you personally find any of these?
If I were to put the stuff I personally found on here, we would need a very large magnifying lens.
Oh. I'm going to say in large buckets.
I have collected lots and lots of gold photographs, but no, I don't have put in the work. And again, a lot of the people who find good gold, they have invested money in good equipment. Metal detectors have been a real game changer. They also do a lot of homework to find a good claim, or wait for someone to die and buy their claim. But you do have to be careful, but there's a lot of public panning areas in Mariposa and other places where anyone's allowed to go pan.
And we also have a lot of professional gold mining in
We
Mariposa,
do.
but they don't like to advertise, of course.
We do have guides who will take you out. A couple of people, you can find out about that at the museum or at Sue's store, that will take you out to their claims and show you how to do it, if you swear silence as to the location of the claim.
Well, this is another wonderful thing that you could do in Mariposa, is if you like nature, you could go gold mining, horseback riding, hiking, fishing. It's just a beautiful place to be.
Yep.
And if you want to learn to gold pan or learn more about it, please come to the Gem and Mineral Show at the fairgrounds.
Yep, Easter weekend this year, and we'll have on Saturday, Easter egg hunt for the kids and all kinds of activities going on. And definitely, it's fun. Gold fever's a real deal. When you first see that gold come out of that sand, kind of does something to you.
Can you please give us the address again?
Yes, we are located, actually at the Mariposa County Fairgrounds, about 2 miles south of Mariposa town on Highway 49. And you can reach us at camineralmuseum.org. Or look for us on Facebook, and we usually try to keep updated as to what's going on there. And then also our Mariposa County Chamber of Commerce has an excellent calendar that tells about not only the museum events, but all the great events going on in Mariposa.
And as summer gets closer, the events get more and more. Every Friday and Saturday night, we have music at the park. We have just one weekend after another with special events. And every month, I will be telling you about the events coming into our town. So thank you for being with me at the show, CentralValleyTalk.com. I'm Sue Carney, Yosemite Gifts, beautiful downtown Mariposa. My store is located at 5023 Highway 140. Please like both our sites on Facebook.
Yeah, and definitely if you come up in the spring, it's a great time to come up with the wildflowers. And we also have a great history museum in Mariposa to preserve a lot of the stuff that's ongoing and the old-fashioned history.
And you'll have to stay tuned to have guests. I'll have guests from that museum come to our show in the future. So thank you.
Right here in the Tower District and all over the Central Valley, you'll see the Bobby Salazar signs everywhere.